Hello guys, welcome back to Patrones Mujer. I'll be sharing with you a tutorial on how to make the model you see in the picture. You can find this pattern on the magazine Patrones Infantiles number 15. We have other great content that is to come, so hit the bell and let's get started. We'll take pen and paper to write down the materials. We'll find the pattern description in the magazine Children's Pattern number 15. Once we have the pattern resin from the magazine, we'll cut along the side line that we'll make. These are finished pattern, which means they have 1 cm seams, hems, a cut with notches and red lines. Firstly, look at the pattern line and place all the patterns according to the line and how to use the fabric. In this case, on the main fabric, we're going to cut parallel to the selvage of the fabric. This is the ruffle piece, and we cut 2 pieces on fold edge. The piece from the bottom part of the blouse, we have a fold edge and we cut 2 pieces. These are the front and back yoke. For the front we have a fold edge and we cut 1 piece, and for the back we cut 2 pieces in mirror. These also are the pieces from the back and front yoke. On the front we have a fold edge, and for the back we cut 2 pieces in mirror. In total we have 2 fronts and 4 backs. These are the facing pieces, and we cut for each one 2 pieces in mirror. This is the ruffle piece, which is going around of the hamhole, and we cut 2 pieces on fold edge. This is the bias, which is going around of the hamhole, and we cut 2 pieces in mirror. This is the piece from the belt loop, and we cut 1 piece. Remember, before taking off the fabric, you have to snip the notches and the centers. This is the ruffle piece, and we cut 2 pieces on fold edge. In total, we have 4 pieces for this one. Okay, these are the pieces from the bottom of the dress. This is the ruffle piece from the bottom of the dress. These are the fronts. These are the backs. These are the bias, and we press with the iron in half. And this is the wild lace. Okay, we start with the ruffle pieces. We overlock the sides of each one, and then we face the rights of the fabric, and we're going to close on the sides, and then we're going to gather the top part, and then we're going to make the head. Also, we're going to make the top pieces. We overlock the pieces for the side for each one, and then we're going to close on the side, and then later we're going to gather the top part. These are the ruffle pieces from the bottom of the shirt. We face the rights and we close on the sides. Then we overlock all the edge of the bottom of the dress, and then we fold 1 centimeter and we pass a stitch on it. We're going to gather the top part of the piece. We pass a stitch to all along the piece, and next to it we pass another stitch parallel to the first one, and then we pull the thread from the spool. Forget the gather. Now we close on the sides of the other piece, and also we're going to gather the top part of the piece. Remember, you pass a stitch first, and then you pass next to the first one another one, and then we pull the thread from the spool. Forget the gather. We place the piece from the bottom, we face the rights, and we pin it on the sides. You have to match the sides, the center front and the center back. We start sewing to all around of the pieces. You have to face up the gather because we don't want to get the foot entangled. And then overlock when you finish this part. These are the white lace, and we overlock the sides, and then we're going to close on the sides. And also the ruffle piece, which is going around of the armhole, and we face the rights and we're going to close on the side. And then we are going to overlock the edge with different color. In this case we're going to use yellow color. We face the rights of the pieces and we're going to close on the sides. Then we're going to place the bias around of the armhole. We close the side of the white lace and the other piece. These are the pieces from the armhole. We face the rights. Then we place the bias around of the armhole. We fold in half and we pass a stitch on it. Cut the excess of the fabric of the bias and cut the excess of the fabric around of the armhole. Snip the armhole. Fold the bias in half and pass a stitch on the edge. Now we fold the bias again at the back of the piece and we pass a stitch on the edge. The white lace and we're going to place around of the ruffle piece. Then we're going to place the white lace on top of the ruffle piece and then we're going to place the piece on top of the ruffle piece and we're going to sew all around. We pass a stitch on the edge of the white lace. Now we place the piece on top of the other ruffle piece and we pass a stitch all around of the pieces. We take the piece from the armhole, we face the rights and we match the sides and the notches and spray the gather around of the piece. On the machine, we start sewing to all around. We start from the side and continue to all around. and the other side is the same as we made for this one. Now we face the right of the front and the back, and we're going to close on the shoulders. And also we face the right of the front and the backs, and also we're going to close on the shoulders. This piece is going to on the center back. We face the right, we fold in half, and then we're going to place on the center back. After that, we face the rights of the pieces, and we're going to close on the sides and all around of the neckline. We start sewing the shoulders. The other one. We fold the half the little piece and we pass a stitch on it. Then we cut the excess of the fabric along of the piece. Now, with the help of the stitch, we pass a stitch a little bit there, and then we pass the needle through the piece, and then we pull the thread and you turn the piece. Now cut the little piece and pass a stitch on it. Then we face the rights of the fronts and the backs, and we start sewing from the center back and continue to all around of the neckline. Remember to match the shoulders and the notches. And close the center back. Cut the excess of the fabric, cut the corners, and cut around of the neckline. Snip the curves, and now we pass a stitch all around. We place the sleeve ruffle, and you have to match the shoulders and the notches and spray the gather to all around of the front and the back. We place the piece, we face the rights, and we start sewing to all around. And then we have to overlap all around of the pieces. Now we take the piece and we place around of the bottom part of the shirt. You have to match the notches and pin it. On the machine, start sewing from the side and face up together because we don't want to get the foot entangled, and then we overlock the piece. And this is how our finished shirt looks. This is the front and this is the back. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tutorials. And remember, the account is @patrondemujer, and as always, thank you guys for watching the video.